want to know an unfortunate observation that I've had?
What's that?
That you find more haters during two times in your life: when you're in need and when you succeed.
It's a true statement.
Well, I mean, it's no secret that we've been hurting lately.
Yeah.
You know, it's lasted a couple of years, to be honest. Um, but I've never seen so many people that were just purely heartlessly hateful simply because we're in need. But it's not just us. I've made comments about homeless people, about giving, hey, I'm trying to donate some stuff. If you want to get a hold of me, well, I can just donate it all at the same time.
Yeah.
And people will sit there and hate on the homeless, saying, oh, they're just, most people that are homeless because they're either lazy or they're on drugs.
Because that's what they get told to
Did
make them, and that's what they also tell themselves to make themselves feel better about not helping out.
And most of them have never spent any time around homeless people.
Yeah.
Never had conversations with them. Did you know 20%, here in Tulsa, I should say, 20% of the homeless are actually full-time employed? Full-time employed.
Yeah.
When I've been homeless 3 times. All 3 times, I was full-time employed. I had a job. I went to my job. Worked my ass off. Sometimes things happen to people that isn't necessarily because they made a bunch of stupid decisions.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like 1 or 2 stupid decisions that get you there. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's not even because of anything you did. Like my job they just dissolved my position. I didn't get in trouble for anything. I'd never been in trouble there. I worked there 7 years.
Yeah.
Never in trouble. Never even had a talking to. Made my own schedule. They didn't care. Never asked me anything. But calls me in. He says, man, I really hate doing this. I tried not to for the longest time, but I have no choice. We're dissolving that position for right now, which makes me unemployed. So if people don't help us out, unless I can get a job quick enough, we could be out on the street.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have people that are hating on us. And I did. I had people that it's like they make up their own. Like one guy who was, most of the time, what I found out, it's people that know you.
Yeah. Or say they know you.
They haven't seen you in 20 years. The people that have been hateful to me hadn't seen me in 2 decades.
Yeah.
Aren't even friends with me on Facebook. But comment because somebody else's friend's on there. Like, well, I'm hurting too. Shouldn't I get this? Shouldn't I get that? And I never said I was hurting. I never said anything about pain. I am in pain all the time, but I don't say anything about it.
Or say something like, I never thought of getting help or asking or begging people for money. I want to remodel my kitchen. I want to send my kids to college when it has what we need help with has nothing to do with that. It's not we're looking for a want. It's we have a need.
And besides that, I don't understand. It's kind of like this seems like it's not anywhere related, but just hang with me here. Like this zipper method in driving.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, you're driving on a 4-lane road, and you have 2 lanes going one way, and you see merge left or merge right or whatnot. And you're going, and people will pass you, and you don't want people passing you, so you get over so they don't get to pass.
Yeah. You block the lane.
You block the lane because you don't want people passing you. And I've explained to people that have said this. I'm like, but that makes you go as fast as the slowest person.
Yeah.
Why don't you just let the person pass you and you have 2 car lengths between you and the front person and they can just get over? It's just the zipper method and you stay steady.
Instead of stop and go.
They cared more about the person. It's not fair that person gets ahead of me than the fact it was made everything work better. It was all about being fair.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people's mindsets.
Who in the world told you that the world is fair?
Public school.
Yeah. I mean, it's not fair that that people have two parents. It's not fair that people have one parent. I didn't have parents.
Yeah.
It's not fair that I couldn't join the military because I had my first back surgery at 17. It's not fair that I ended up having 5 back surgeries and left on reconstructive surgery. It's not fair that I have CPTSD and other people don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't give two shits and a giggle about it. I have it rougher in some ways, but some people have it way rougher than I have it.
Exactly.
That's just life. I concern myself with my life. What's going on in my life? How do I take care of my family? Do I want to have a fundraiser campaign to raise money so my family doesn't end up homeless? No, I don't. I don't want to ask people that. I never did. Before I had my daughter, I wouldn't ask a soul for anything. Now, when I was married to my ex-wife, that's a different story. I mean, we were $5 short, and she would freak out.
Yeah.
But
Me, I'm like, it'll be good.
yeah,
We'll be good.
I don't worry
care
about that stuff anymore. But I just don't get where people come off just being so rude and hateful and then get on a public forum and how they don't even hear themselves. They don't even see what type of person they are, that you're being this hateful simply because you don't agree with them asking for help.
Yeah. I mean, belittling somebody who's already down, it doesn't do anything but show your true colors and show the person you truly are. You could make it out like you're the sweetest person in the world, but the second you belittle somebody for needing help, you're trash.
Yeah. It's like the same people that do this are the same exact people that I don't give money on the street to homeless because they're going to spend it on this. They're going to spend it on this. Or they probably make 6 figures and go back to their nice fancy truck and stuff when they're doing this. How do you know? Why are you're not giving money for them?
Yeah.
It's like I've told Tristan, your son, my stepson, I've told him, I was like, why are we honest? I said, honesty has nothing to do with the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
It's because that's who you are. We are not giving because we think they'll spend it right, or they'll do exactly what they're supposed to, or they'll invest into a hedge fund. We're giving because that's the type of people we are.
Yeah.
We're capable of helping. It may not be a lot. I gave somebody my last $5, but they needed it more than I did. I don't understand. And that's one of the issues, is that I used to say I hate people, which was ironic because I love people, because I'm always trying to help people. But I would say all the time, I really hate people. People just piss me off. But honestly, it's not that I hate people. It's I hate my expectation of people.
Yes.
I expect people to be the same way I am. And that's why everybody is. People assume people are their ways. That's why they're so brave to say what they're saying, because they think everybody else is thinking that.
Yeah.
And it's not it at all.
Yeah.
No, we're thinking you're a loser. Yeah, you might get 1 or 2 people that'll laugh alongside with you.
But most people don't agree. They're silent.
And they don't say anything.
Yeah.
And I think, and I say this all the time, it's one of my most favorite quotes, and it's by Albert Einstein. He said, "The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because those who see evil being done and do nothing about it."
Mm-hmm.
And that's the world we're living in. People are so conditioned to see bad things happen. They don't stick up. That's why I was so ostracized when I became a Christian from Christians, because I don't let people bully me. But I'm not afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
And when I was in Band of Brothers and I'd ask questions, people would try to bully me because we don't sell shirts that say curse words on it. My shirt's not cursing anybody.
No.
But
it's praising.
Whatever. If you don't want to wear it, don't wear it.
Yeah.
But nobody stood up and said, "Hey, leave him alone."
Yeah, because they're afraid that they're going to be attacked.
They're afraid they're going to be judged also.
And people don't like being judged and, belittled. so they stay quiet.
Even if you're the type of person, which I am, the type of person that I call people out whenever they're being hateful, and they'll turn around like, well, you're doing the same thing they are. You're a hypocrite. I'm like, because I judge them because of them being so judgmental, I'm now a hypocrite for it. It's like, I'm not judging them and saying that they're going to hell or anything. I'm observing and saying it's wrong. If nobody's allowed to point something out as wrong, then it will continuously happen.
Yeah.
And by you telling me I can't tell people that what they're doing is wrong and it's horrible and it's treating people like shit, you're saying it's better to treat people like shit than to call somebody out for treating them that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I will always stand up for those that are being bullied, kicked. I may not even agree with their belief system. But that doesn't give you the right to treat people like shit.
No, but people don't see it that way.
They don't.
They've been, over time, they've been indoctrinated to only think about themselves. Because, you need to succeed. You need to do this. It doesn't say, they're not told, help out everyone. Yeah. This person needs a hand up, help them out. Like the microeconomics class I just took this semester. And people can say I'm wrong, but to me, it was trying to show people didn't need to work as hard. There was stuff in there talking about redistribution, like taking money from somebody who works hard and giving it to somebody else. And it was saying it was a good thing. And like I said, maybe I misinterpreted it, but that's what I got from it. And
I remember in high school having a class that taught us that food stamps was good for the economy.
Yeah. So it's like people, this has been going on for decades, that college, and luckily going to college as an older college student, I already know I can't be indoctrinated by it. Because I already see it.
Independent thinker.
Yes, I see it for what it's doing. But there's very young kids that are very impressionable that are seeing this stuff for the first time, and they're like, okay, so it's a good thing. Maybe we should give to
your frontal lobe, which is your common sense part of your brain, isn't fully developed until, for men, 24 to 26 years old, generally speaking. Now, they can be developed earlier depending on your life, but typically you're not even developed with the ability to completely be a free thinker, unless you were taught and to not be indoctrinated.
Yeah.
But people aren't free thinkers. They're selfish thinkers.
Yes.
It's not fair that this person gets this and I don't. If somebody succeeds, I've heard so many people say that rich people are corrupt. What? How? What makes you assume somebody has to be corrupt to get rich? I mean, you can get rich by being very ethical and doing the right thing. In fact, you will get rich if you're ethical and you do the right thing, make the right decisions, make the right steps, organize things the proper way. You can get very wealthy. People do it all the time.
Yeah.
And how much can you help people out if you make $25,000 a year compared to if you make $250,000 a year? Which one can help people out more?
Oh, yeah, the $250,000 a year.
So, I asked a guy, he was sitting there telling me that he said, there's no reason anybody should have $1 billion. I'm like, really?
So nobody should work hard.
Nobody should work hard. So you get to a certain limit of success, you should just quit. And quit trying to be more successful. Quit trying to help people. If you're saying like, hey, I make this amount and I can help, I can donate $500,000 a year. But if I can increase my income to this much, I can donate $5 million a year.
Yeah.
Some people think like that. My financial goal is that we will live off of 10% of my income and give away 90%.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe it. And I mean it. I want to be able to spend majority of my income and time helping others out. But I'm going to get judged for it. People are going to assume, when I was a police officer, I drove a really nice truck, and people assumed that I was a drug dealer. I'm like, really? I'm like,
Yeah.
people assume things without any kind of information, any kind of education, any kind of research. They just assume. And so when you're in need, they assume it's because you made some bad decisions.
Yeah, and ours were nowhere near us doing bad decisions. It came down to a point where we were either paying credit card bills or, or medical bills or paying the electric bill.
Yeah. There were certain, the surgeries that kept me, if I didn't come up with $3,000, I couldn't have even had a surgery that prevented permanent paralysis.
Yeah.
That is a need. And if I have permanent paralysis, it's not being off work for 10 months. It's being off work until I figure out a new skill set that doesn't require me to walk.
Yeah.
Which could take a long time. Or I could be like a lot of people that people say, well, why don't you just live off the government? Just get on disability. And they're very well-meaning people. I'm not hating on them at all. But I'm not the type of person to live off the government tit. I don't like asking for help. But asking for help is a voluntary thing. You can voluntarily help, or you can voluntarily not help. Getting on disability, getting on other stuff, that's forcing people to pay for something without a choice, because that's taking taxpayer money. Yeah, it's easier because you don't get to have to see the money being taken. But I see it on my paycheck when I'm giving 40% of my paycheck away. That means if I work 40 hours a week, that's like what? 15 hours was for free?
Yeah.
I don't get anything of it unless I end up later needing help, and then I'm only going to get enough to not be able to pay my bills. Because anybody ever seen a disability check? It's not very much at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just felt the need to bring that up, that this is something that needs to stop. And you can stop it. You just have to be very mindful. We live in a very mindless society, and I'm not meaning that as a hateful thing. Mindless in the term of you just don't pay attention. You just don't think about what you're doing, and like, oh, I am being judgmental.
Yeah.
Oh, I am caring too much about what's fair. So what? It's not fair. There's nothing in life is fair. You have to look within and second guess everything you think.
Yeah.
Is it the right way to think? Because life's
Is
not
what I'm
fair.
going to say actually going to help?
Is it going to benefit somebody?
Yeah. Is it going to benefit somebody, or is it just to boost my ego?
Yeah. Is it going to hurt somebody? Them people that said that, when my friend said that after my surgery, I didn't get one single person donate after he said that.
Yeah.
He said, well, you look like you're fine now.
Yeah.
And I wasn't looking for, I never said that I couldn't work now. I didn't work for 10 months.
Yeah.
And them bills don't just go away. The money that I took out of everything that was paying our bills, but yet nobody asks questions or things. They just see, oh, well, this must be bogus. How many times do you watch something that's like on celebrity stuff and you just pay attention? Remember that one guy that's on was on Loki as the bad guy. Everybody said that he was being he lost his job because of domestic violence.
Yeah.
And then come to find out it wasn't that way at all. But yet so many people started hating on this guy for no reason.
Look at Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
His ex-wife's even came forward and said, no, he's not this type of person.
And I don't even like Johnny Depp.
I like his acting.
But I don't
honest.
Know him. Just because being honest about somebody does not mean that you like them. You should be on. I've told Tristan. I said, do my enemies trust me? He's like, well, no. I was like, bullshit. They don't. They do. Because they know I'll tell them the truth regardless, even if it will be at my detriment.
Yeah.
Because the truth is the truth. Always be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, stay in peace. Stay in love. Hey guys, I want to personally thank everyone for liking and sharing my videos. Uh, if you want to continue to see my content, all you got to do is press that subscribe button and I'll notify you as soon as a new video comes out. I don't get paid for any of this. So if you want to buy some of my merch, like my shirts, like Jesus is a Badass or my Don't Be a Dick shirt, you can easily go to my merch store, which is at SOGtv.org, which I will have it in the description at every video. So push that, go buy yourself a shirt. I appreciate it. Have a blessed day, and I will see you at the next episode. Thank you.